boom, bada boom. Here we go. Okay, that's a little ASMR because I am going to kick us off by opening.
I'm going to be opening this can. Opening the can.
Oh.
Ooh.
That is a Celsius.
That's a fizz.
Arctic Vibes.
Arctic vibes? Why?
It tasted like a melted snow cone. It's really good.
Well, that
and
sounds
I think
good.
You should have a few of them a day.
You know, I have yet to ever try a Celsius because caffeine and we don't always get along so well.
I have a very bad caffeine addiction.
It comes in waves for me. Like, there will be weeks or months at a time where I'm having coffee every day or tea, black tea.
I saw,
and then I'll stop. But lately I'm waking up and I'm craving it. But it doesn't always agree with me. It makes me shaky. It's crazy coming from
I saw a clip of
tweaker.
Theo Von interviewing Mark Zuckerberg, and
I saw a clip of that too, and I scrolled past it.
Oh no, it's worth watching. He asked Mark Zuckerberg, "Do you drink coffee?" And Mark Zuckerberg is like, "No, I don't." And Theo Von's like, "But you've had it." And Mark Zuckerberg's like, "Yes, on special occasions." He's really a freak. It's really cool.
Is he a robot?
I mean,
what is the matter with him? I have this isn't too exciting, but I have a polar seltzer. Are you familiar?
That's the best seltzer.
Red ruby red grapefruit.
I would love
red slippers flavor. It tastes like shoes.
If they sponsored this podcast.
Polar?
Yeah, let's put it out there.
I would love that.
We need a seltzer spawn.
I would love a seltzer
spawn. And we
spawn.
need it now.
Okay, wait. Speaking of spawns, something that is making me want to relapse this week and just like do a ton of rails of Coke and drink.
Wait, are you getting
Etsy?
Are you getting Etsy SpawnCon for Coke spoons?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm getting Spawn or like sponsored ads on Instagram.
Coke spoons?
And it's for like a necklace, like a little vial with a Coke spoon
teeny tiny
from
Coke
Etsy.
Spoon.
And I'm like, yeah,
in
that's
my mind,
cool.
I was picturing like how there are grapefruit spoons, like the serrated edges.
No, I want to support small businesses by buying
and
the
small
Etsy
products.
the Etsy
tiny
Coke spoon.
Okay, this is what's making me want to relapse.
This podcast is brought to you by Aura. Aura monitors the dark web for users' phone numbers, emails, and social security numbers.
We are not sponsored by Aura. This is an ad from another podcast.
For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners a 14-day trial plus a check of your data to see if your personal information has been leaked online. All
has been leaked online.
You visit aura.com/defense.
Mine has definitely been leaked online.
aura.com/defense.
What am I going to do about it?
Sign up for a 14-day free trial and start
What is this ad?
and your loved ones.
Is that a real
That's
woman talking?
aura.com.
Is that you? Did you book that?
Apply, so be sure to check the
this
site
is
for
me.
details.
Firestone complete.
Wait,
okay.
so you know how people talk about
lot.
You always have to have 3 beverages going at once?
Do they? I know that I say ladies love fluids. I like at dinner I like to have, like a tea, a plain water, a coffee,
Diet
a
Coke.
seltzer, a Diet Coke, an orange juice.
Yeah.
Okay, what beverages do you have going on?
I got the Celsius Arctic Vibes, which you heard. Mm-hmm. I got water.
Mm-hmm. I also have still water, yes.
And I really am interested in this ASMR. A Guinness Zero.
Why is it blue?
Because it's zero. And so this is probably the greatest invention the Irish have ever come up with. Is
without
called
a doubt.
The widget.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say Guinness. Widget, okay.
The widget is the little ball inside of Guinness cans.
I've always wondered what that does. I don't remember.
It carbonates it. It makes it like a draft beer. And listen to the sound of the widget.
Okay. Whoa!
I just think
that's going to make somebody come.
Yeah, it is. Whoever invented the widget deserves their dick sucked, their pussy eaten, and their ass licked.
Let's find that guy or gal and just give him a rim job.
Yep.
And a massage and a novelty tote bag and cup.
Yeah. Do you know what they call a rim job in Ireland?
No.
Gaelic.
Wow.
Pretty good, huh?
That's a daddy dad joke.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's a daddy joke.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing. Straight people love to eat ass.
It's true.
So I don't know if that joke hits.
Yeah. Well, eating ass is,
only in the last few years.
It's bipartisan.
It's bipartisan, but eating ass was huge in like 2018, 2019.
Well, it's after girls. After
you think Marnie popularized getting
after
your ass
Marnie
eaten?
After Brian Williams' daughter got her ass eaten on TV, she's
an ally.
It made it chic.
That's possible. I feel like I must have stood up and saluted the TV when that happened. That was a big deal.
And the guy just got behind you.
Exactly.
I stand for the anthem. I kneel for the anus. That's how I feel about it. I mean,
the only thing I think that, as far as if we're talking about butts, and I feel like we did a lot, we can't stay on it too long. We've talked about butts a lot. I think that straight men, or let's say this, men who are not bottoming, are not receiving anal sex, are forgetting the preparation that goes into it.
Yeah, but
are sometimes forgetting that there's a whole clean out that has to happen, and it can't just be like
clean up.
A whole exactly.
Yeah,
both spellings of the word.
Yeah,
there's a whole clean out that has to happen. It can't just be like, I'm springing this on you right now.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it can.
Listen, but I'm a plug guy. I got a butt plug.
For yourself?
For myself, yeah. And you just toss that thing in the dishwasher.
I have a friend
who... You put it on the drying rack. It doesn't really matter.
Do you put it in with dishes, or does it do its own cycle?
Listen, I'm a climate warrior. I put it in with the dishes. I'm not doing...
the guilt I would feel putting a single item in there.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. Now,
I definitely had left it on the drying rack once when I had friends over.
Oh my God.
They're like, what is this? I'm like, oh yeah, you can
we're going to eat off of it.
Yeah.
We're actually going to eat off of it. I have a friend who had, if he's listening, he'll know exactly that this is about him. He had an experience where his asshole... can't believe I'm talking about this, was itching so intensely, and he went into a public bathroom to scratch it, and he was like, the ecstasy of that, scratching that in that moment, and the relief of the itch was made him want to explore more ass play, because he's a straight cisgendered man. That's not a thing he was ever into. So he got a butt plug and was just kind of putting it in and then sitting, playing guitar, sort of waiting for it to do something. And he was doing that for weeks before he realized that you have to be ideally you're masturbating
he was just playing Santeria.
He just thought he was going to get off from the vibration of the guitar strings and the butt being plugged, which some people might, but I think it helps if you're...
We have 45 seconds more of butt talk, so I'm going to really quickly drop this anecdote.
Okay, 45 seconds and that's it.
On the clock. When I was a child, I would get poop and not be able to get it out, and I would put a little hook finger and I'd just finger my ass and scoop it out.
Nope.
Yep. And let's go to the phones.
My sister once went... Okay, 45 more seconds. This is 45 seconds left. 10 seconds left. My sister once went to somebody's house, and there was a knife, a dirty plastic knife on the upper part of the toilet. And she was like, what the hell is that? And the guy was like, it's the poop knife.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
I don't want to elaborate.
No, that's why you get extra utensils when you go to Chipotle.
I think it's horrifying, and now I think we move on. Let's talk about... Oh, I had a phony Negroni.
Oh, yeah?
I think I've talked about it on here. It's a drink that comes in a little bottle from a company called St. Agrestis. I don't remember. It tastes a lot like a Negroni. It's bitter. I've had them on multiple occasions. I had one the other night because I went out to dinner with someone, and that person had a glass of wine at dinner. And then we got back to my apartment, and how dare they? We got back to my apartment, and I was like, I have a phony Negroni. I'm going to open this and enjoy it. With,
Do you drink it out of the can?
Lover.
Do you drink it out of the can?
This is a small bottle, so I poured it into a glass.
Okay, yeah.
And then I have to say, after this person, this lover, left my apartment, I was having a sort of PTSD, a moment of being, and I hate this word, but this is what it was, being triggered by the taste of the Negroni.
Yeah.
And yeah, it made me want to do drugs. It made me want to smoke a cigarette. It made me feel like I was drunk, but I wasn't drunk because the taste is so similar to the real thing.
I had that yesterday.
What happened?
I bought, I was making some white boy tacos, just ground beef and cheese.
And, on a flour tortilla?
Yep, white boy tacos. And I bought Dos Equis Zero with salt and lime, which is something I'd never seen before. I bought it.
Like it comes with salt and lime flavor in it?
Yeah, and it goes down like water. And it just made me feel like, I was like, oh my God, crushing a bunch of Corona and limes on the beach sounds so sick.
Oh, yeah.
And it did make, that was the first experience I've had really with non-alcoholic beer where I was like, this actually makes me damn, I wish I could get drunk right now.
Yeah, it feels dangerous. It feels a little dangerous.
I'm pouring this Guinness Zero.
Let's see what happens. Are you going to want to drink the real thing?
No, because this is so different to me.
It doesn't taste like a Guinness?
No, it tastes exactly like a Guinness.
I mean, I've had one. I had one after a comedy
Guinness
show
to me never was get fucked up stuff. It's just
beer was always that for me because
I just love the taste. It's different. It's a milkshake. You should eat it with a spoon.
That's true. It probably has a pretty high carbohydrate calorie content compared to other beers. I don't know.
No, this is good on cows. We got. Well,
is it a zero because it has 0 calories like Heineken Zero?
Nah, Heineken Zero doesn't have 0 calories.
Yeah, that's.
You're spreading
as soon as I said it, I was like, I think that's
pod.
probably untrue.
Yeah, no, this has 75 calories.
Okay.
But that's pretty good. I mean, I worked out today. I can have this.
You can take it.
A Guinness Zero and a Celsius is a fucking diabolical combo, though.
That's wild that you're combining the two right now.
Yeah.
That's as crazy as we get as sober people, I think.
Yeah. And then I'm also trying, I had sent you this yesterday, I'm trying Lucky Strikes for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Love the way that box looks.
I do too, and I posted it on Twitter, and I was getting cigarette shamed for buying the filtered ones.
Oh, I thought you were going to say cigarette shamed by Gen Z people saying, or
no,
people
Gen Z people don't follow me.
Actually, Gen Z people don't care. Maybe it's more millennials that would be like, you're going to get cancer.
No, I was getting filter shamed because I didn't buy the red pack. I bought the gold.
Does the red pack have no filter?
No filters, I guess. Yeah.
That's Don Draper's cigarette.
Like Joe Rogan or Stern. No filter. They just say what they want when they want. Like
the characters in fucking Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Oh my God, yes.
Filter.
No filter.
They're just drunk, actually.
They're just gabbing.
Who's this comedian? Somebody, I have a feeling it's some comedian that's out there to like really offend people. What?
Bill
Forget
Cosby?
it. Yeah. I feel like their first name is just
He's
a letter.
still alive, right?
Bill Cosby?
Yeah, he's alive. He's in jail.
Is he in prison?
He's in jail for sure.
Yeah, I guess he's alive. I don't
So
remember.
we can't get him on the pod.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's sad.
God damn it.
That would have been good for us too. Would have boosted our cred.
I think so. It would have.
Yeah.
It would have just been good vibes. Just
I think
really
so
good,
too.
positive vibes. You know what?
I think so too.
Lucky strike. Makes me want a cigarette real bad.
It does, and I mean, listen, this isn't technically a podcast about Mad Men, but unofficially it is.
Unofficially, it is a podcast about Mad Men. We've said that from the jump.
And I think that's one of the best shows about addiction and active
1000%.
addiction there is.
Agreed.
Because you have so many different ones where you have sex addiction, alcoholism, cigarettes, I think power and work. I don't think people talk about being addicted to work enough, but like it's such a big thing.
It's real. It's so real, and it will destroy your life and it will wreck your relationships.
So many people tie their self-worth into it, and
into their careers.
Straight up, like 99.9% of people's jobs are not important.
99.9% of jobs. Jobs.
But
true.
it's important to them, and they can rationalize like alienating and kind of breaking down relationships because of it.
It's so true. It's hard to have a relationship with someone, romantically or otherwise, who is really values their work above everything else.
I know.
But it is something that I also admire in people when they
Same.
they've got the hustle.
I wish I was more driven. If I was, I wouldn't be doing this shit with you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like sliding doors. What life could you have had if you were more driven?
I know.
I feel like I have a lot of drive and a lot of ambition, and I do get into that. It's easy for me to fall into the work.
You're also
mode.
in a industry where it's very easy to compare yourselves to others.
Oh yeah, and the next job is never guaranteed, and so getting wrapped up in the work and the current job or the hustle for the job is very real. But like you said, 99.9% of jobs not important enough to care that much about, unless you're like a nurse or a teacher. Fuck out of here.
Is there a lot of sobriety among actors? I feel like there is.
Yeah, absolutely. There is. I've met a lot of actors. I know actors before getting sober, knew actors who were sober, and then have met a lot of actors in AA, especially in Los Angeles. And a lot of the meetings I go to in New York are not necessarily like people in the arts, but just gay men in the West Village who are maybe in the arts. I don't know. We don't talk about that part of our lives. But yeah, a lot of actors in sobriety and in recovery in general from lots of things. Because I think it's one of those, you realize pretty early on that it's not really feasible to be on camera and be working while you're fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people with just pure alcoholic grit that can do it and show up and know their lines and know their blocking and do a great job. I've heard stories about, and I won't name people, but stories about actors who are drunks.
Ian Armitage.
Oh, wait, who is Ian Armitage?
Young Sheldon.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was... Listen, I ran into him at Trader Joe's once.
What a pro.
He was stacked up on another child's shoulders in a trench coat, and they were buying a bottle of rum.
Wow. That's really funny.
Ready to get right back on that lot.
I imagine that he's so hardworking and he's great at what he does. Being a child actor is not a joke.
Do you know who he spends Thanksgiving with?
I feel like you or someone told me this. It's somebody
Adnan
very
Syed.
famous. Wait, what?
The guy from...
Serial?
Serial, yeah.
Okay, that is not what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, that's who he spends Thanksgiving with.
I thought you were going to say George Lopez or something.
He might be there too. I don't know who took the picture.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, they're like, they became tight somehow, and now they spend Thanksgiving together.
That is maybe the most random thing that I've heard.
Yep.
That is so random. It's the most random thing I've heard all day.
It is. It's literally random.
It's literally random. Adnan, I didn't listen to all of that season of Serial because I famously can't do true crime. That was maybe when I discovered I couldn't do it because I became too obsessed. Thought about it way too much. Researched it way too intensely.
Yeah, I get that.
And I was like, who is this helping? Not
Adnan. We should do a true crime.
True crime. Who murdered my spirit?
Yeah, or
spirits. Yeah. Well,
maybe we try to like retrace the steps of our last blackout ever.
I like that. That's some like in style of hard-boiled detective, or in style of like a true crime documentary where our friends are like, I remember she called me at 9:06 p.m. and she sounded bad.
Yeah.
She was still funny, but she sounded rough.
I want to get reenactors.
Yeah.
To portray us. I think
I like that idea.
The drunk 24-year-old me would be played by Michael Shannon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's who I want. I want someone who's
Michael
lived
Shannon.
a life.
The drunk... Well, but wait, is he playing you... He's playing a 24-year-old?
Yeah.
That is not feasible.
He'll look good.
That is not feasible. But
Listen,
I guess
I didn't look great then.
Well, yeah, but he's like 50. But I'm thinking we can use the de-aging technology that they've utilized in various entertainment. Oh my gosh, I watched the speaking of Mad Men, the first episode or two of Your Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm.
How is it?
They do it's fine, it's good. John Hamm is great. It's not at all what I thought it was going to be. I'll say that. So it kind of drew me in, but they do a couple scenes where he's supposed to be. It shows him in college and then him starting work at his law firm, and they de-ageify him with AI, and it's really spooky.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I'm like, I might have bought this more if they just cast a really handsome young guy that vaguely looks like John Hamm for a flashback.
That guy doesn't exist.
Okay, fair. But listen, they could get the kid who played young Don Draper, maybe today.
Yeah. I mean,
he looks like
that
John
kid's so funny
that
looking.
Kid's really derpy looking.
They cast like the most Dust Bowl looking child.
Dust Bowl cut.
I know. He really amazing that was Don as a kid, but it makes sense.
It works. I mean, the kid was a great actor, and they just needed somebody who could be a natural and look like they lived in that time period.
Yeah, I mean,
we should get back to talking about how Mad Men is a show about addiction. Everybody needs to watch
I was gonna say, I don't know, like.
Oh yeah, we got into the work.
How do people get did people get sober back then?
Well, remember Freddie on the show starts going to AA.
Yeah,
he had to dry out, and then when he comes back, he talks about being in like a group of men. He doesn't say secret society, but he doesn't say recovery. He doesn't say AA. He uses some euphemism for it.
Does he say friend of Bill?
No, he doesn't say friend of Bill. Because the people he's talking to wouldn't get that. He just says something either to Don. I think it's to Don or to somebody who's struggling with alcoholism. So it's probably Don. But he says let's just say there's a place you can go, and there will be men who will support you. And Don is like, fuck off. But it's really I have a friend who's very newly sober and messaged me, was like, I got the whole box set of Mad Men on Apple TV. And I was like, well, first of all, you can't say box set if you're talking about a digital collection.
Yeah.
Because that's confusing me. Because I have it on DVD, and DVD still exists for me. But he got the full box set on Apple, and he was about to start watching it. And I was like, buddy, careful. I'm talking like he's a couple months into sobriety.
It'll make you want to drink.
Yeah. Every time I watch it, I want to drink and smoke.
Yeah.
go to PJ Clark's and dance to jukebox music and wear, you know, a little wiggle dress and sit at a typewriter and, or just chain smoke all day on my couch like Betty.
Yeah.
But then what he said to me, which I thought was interesting, was he was like, it does make me want to drink, but it also, the show portrays the repercussions of that so well. It makes it look, it glamorizes it, but it also shows how fucking awful those people's lives are.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, like, you see them hungover. And,
oh my
like,
God. All the morning coughing and retching and, like, drinking Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah, I mean.
Bags under the eyes. It's portrayed very realistically. So it's glamorous in the moment when they're doing it. And then they're very good at showing the, like, oh, fuck, what did I do?
And you got to do it again so you don't feel like shit.
Right, exactly. That's why he's always going into the office and in the morning pouring a little shot of whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, if I had an office, that would be so amazing. I think I would still need a carafe of something. I would need, like, Diet Dr. Pepper in a crystal.
Diet DP in a carafe. Yeah,
crystal carafe, and I'd pour it.
I used to watch that show and dream about having a bar cart, like in my home or our office, and like calling in my secretary and being like, pour yourself a drink.
Yeah, as
shut
a reward.
The door, have a seat.
Yeah, as a treat.
Yeah. Nice hot secretary.
That's
like
so
Joan.
Cool.
Actually, Joan's not a secretary, so that's not fair to say.
Oh.
Are you okay? Is the Guinness,
It's fine. It's good.
The Guinness gonna get to you.
I'm just, I'm thinking about what's recently made me want to relapse.
I'll tell you what's recently made me want to stay sober. Fucking Cola Scola. Cola Scola is nominated for a Tony Award. 2 Tony Awards.
Are they sober?
I believe they are, actually. And I wasn't even, I wasn't thinking about it in terms of that, but yes. I believe I've heard them on a podcast say they're sober. It just made me so happy because they are so talented and kind and funny, and this play is so damn good, and I just like to see good things happening to good people. It reinforces the fact that good things do still happen to good people, which I forget. Oh, glasses mode. Here he is.
Yeah, blue light protection right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit, I should get mine on. I sometimes, I get in a trap of being cynical and being like, everything is random. Sure, good things happen sometimes, but really shitty things happen, and it's all random. It's all just like we're molecules flying around. But then, I don't know, sometimes things lift my spirits in a way that makes me feel like there maybe is some kind of benevolence or
good
in the
people
universe.
Get good things.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I mean, to speak on that, I think I'm a decent person. Next week, I guess I haven't told you this. I am going to be doing red carpet coverage.
Shut the front door.
And here, how do I do it?
The Met Gala?
The Pornhub Awards.
Stop it, Dave!
At Saddle Ranch.
Stop it.
And this is something really interesting.
This is the universe bringing something that was made exactly for you.
It is, and I do think it's interesting for us to talk about because porn addiction is a really big thing.
Huge.
I think
huge cocks.
I think a giant percentage of men in this country, I don't know how it is I think it's a global thing, but like are porn brained. But it's also like 1,000%. It is like the one monoculture that is taboo to talk about. Like it used to be not. It used to be that sports betting used to be like a taboo thing, and now it's every other commercial. Like we've normalized gambling, but porn consumption.
Normalized gambling. We've also normalized violence in a way that's like, just in mainstream film and TV, the amount of violence they will show, and then the amount of sex they won't show is absolutely fucking insane to me.
Yeah,
especially because we know people are watching. Then it's because it's treated in that taboo way. People are like, I'm going to retreat to my computer and my secret, porn, all the tabs I have open of porn, when it's like, let's just talk about it.
Yeah,
People are horny.
you're going to watch gangbang videos and then just be like, oh, wow, I just got a notification. My Amazon package arrived. You're going to be watching...
Is it your outfit for the porn awards?
No, but so the porn awards are going to be Western themed. And...
Oh, wait, and I should specify, it's not the porn awards, it's Pornhub awards?
The Pornhub awards, which I think is like a pretty... The AVNs, which is the big porn awards, are in Las Vegas.
Adult video?
Something.
Okay.
And that is like very porn.
That's like porn stars, like actors who do porn.
Yeah, this is going to be porn stars too, but it's...
Okay, it's not just like amateur...
It's also going to be... It's like... I feel like it's like people like Julia Fox go. And like...
Okay.
It's like
cool.
cultural thing. But listen, I'm not going to be able to compete...
That really beats the Met Gala.
I'm not going to be able to compete with anyone's Western outfits. Like, there's going to be some...
I don't know, you could wear assless chaps.
No, there's going to be some beautiful gay porn star there wearing assless chaps and like...
Probably a few.
Yeah, and I'm not going to steal that thunder if I'm wearing them. I'm going to wear black tie. I'm going to wear a classic tuxedo.
That makes sense. You're a red carpet correspondent. That works. I was going to suggest Carrie Bradshaw's outfit at the Hamptons Hoedown from season 2 of Sex and the City.
When she goes to... No, what about when she goes to Saddle Ranch? Do you remember when they...
Carrie go to Saddle Ranch?
Where they go to L.A.?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and they go to Saddle Ranch right when it opened?
Oh, they do. Yeah. When Miranda rides the mechanical bull.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I hope Cynthia Nixon's there.
That would be fucking iconic. She was almost the fucking mayor of New York.
I know. She was nominated for Best Lesbian Performer this year at the Pornhub Award. No.
Oh, God damn it. Are there any porn stars or porn actors, amateur or professional or otherwise, that you're like looking forward to seeing on the red carpet?
100%.
Do you want to name drop them?
Angela White, who is this Australian big-titted woman who is like, she's kind of transcended porn where she's like famous outside of it.
Okay.
Really excited to meet her. She's pretty funny. She's got just the heaviest boobs you'll ever see.
Heaviest? Okay.
Yeah.
But who would play her?
Who would play her? Kat Dennings.
Oh, hot. Okay.
Yeah, I would say.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I want to meet the Twinks. I would like to meet the Twink nominees. I want to bring a scale and weigh them.
Do you think you could ask them to be on our podcast? I bet there's a lot of... I bet sobriety... I mean, there's got to be such a huge culture of drug addiction in
100%.
Because, the kind of performance that's being asked of them is... Obviously, there's got to be drugs and alcohol that are involved. And probably sobriety.
I mean, this is an opportunity that never would have come to me if I hadn't gotten sober.
Absolutely. I feel that way about most opportunities that come to me.
Same.
Can you imagine showing up bombed on that red carpet?
I know. I'd embarrass myself. And I also like...
You'd never be invited back and you'd be blocked from ever using Pornhub again.
I would never work in this town again, I'll tell you that. And I am excited. I want to ask about porn addiction. I want to ask about
that's really smart.
Like gooning. Gooning is such a big internet culture thing now. Do you know about gooning?
Okay, gooning to me might have a different meaning because I hear Trixie and Katya use it, and it's just like does it have to... Okay, tell me what gooning means to you.
Okay, so gooners are people who watch porn for a prolonged period of time. So, like, you have a goon cave, which would be like the office I'm in. I would have like multiple screens with a bunch of different tabs open. Like, I'm fucking Tom Cruise in Minority Report, like moving the porn around and like I'm in there for like 5 hours. That feels like a light
Minority
goon.
Report is such a good movie. I'm sorry, I went somewhere else for a second because I was like, fuck, Minority Report is so good.
It is good.
And somebody should make a version where he's moving porn around the screen.
He's gooning in there.
See, I would say when I say like I was gooning, I'm talking about like staring at a screen at something I really am enjoying.
Yeah, so I mean that's a type of it. Like I think we're all kind of gooning in some way.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it comes from talking about porn.
Yeah, it's like
porn.
You're just like locked in, and I don't even know if you're necessarily masturbating. Like,
it sounds like maybe you're not. You're just sort of
edging is where you're like.
I know what edging is.
Yeah, you're prolonging the cum.
Yeah.
Gooning is different.
Seems more like you're just sort of viewing it and taking it in, and you're
you
gooned.
know that
you're gooped and you're gagged and you're gooned.
Yeah, it's that scene in Whiplash where J.K. Simmons is like, "Are you rushing or are you dragging?"
Kind of.
It's like, are you edging or are you gooning? They're different.
Edging feels more active.
Yeah.
In my mind.
I'm edging right now.
Okay, that is... we're going to get an HR person in here.
Yeah. Bring them in.
You don't necessarily have to have your pants down to be edging, I guess.
No.
I would be curious to know, what porn stars have to say about porn addiction. Do you think porn addiction is something you have experienced? Probably,
for sure. I mean, I grew up... I'm first generation internet porn.
Mm-hmm. I was searching for all that stuff at a very young age, just because it was not being talked about.
Did you go to whitehouse.com?
I don't know, not that I remember.
Okay,
I was probably just Googling, like, what were the big porn sites?
Well, whitehouse.com was a porn site.
Okay, that's confusing.
They got the domain first.
That's really fucking funny. And it was just
like the biggest fake tits you've ever seen. And it was like
whitehouse.com.
Whitehouse.com.
So actual White House was probably whitehouse.gov.
Yeah.
And then whitehouse.com
I would go to
whitehouse.com.
Fucking... I would use LimeWire a lot. Just download it on LimeWire.
Yeah, I remember doing that with music and with porn.
Yeah.
I think ultimately I was so curious and probably horny and didn't know what anything was. And so it was almost like I was trying to teach myself this stuff by looking at porn, which isn't, not necessarily the way.
Yeah. I was trying to teach myself how to deliver a pizza. It's like, how would I go about it? First off, you put your penis in the box.
There's so many people and cameras involved.
You got to cut a hole in the pizza first. Or else you're going to burn your penis.
Oof, ow.
Yeah.
Burn the penis on the pizza.
Yeah. So
I'm really excited
I think it's really interesting because like it's still taboo and it's like it's more shameful. Like there is that movie Shame.
Yeah.
About sex addiction, the Steve McQueen one, and like he's like not having sex with the beautiful woman and then just like jacking off in his bathroom. He's just like so addicted to
that.
Yeah. Well, you see Michael Fassbender's big penis in it.
Is it real or is it a prosthetic?
It's real. I mean,
I guess there's no way of knowing.
No, it's real.
How do you know?
I know.
Because he's a method actor.
Because he's Irish. Because he's Irish.
Is his dick like a big can of Guinness?
It's just like, he's long and lean. It's a sinewy penis.
I have a friend who was in a nude scene and got to pick the prosthetic that they would be using for his dick. Yeah, I'm sort of curious about what that process was like. I'm sure he went with something bigger.
Did they have the option to use their real penis?
I think now on sets that's really not happening a lot.
Really?
As far as I know, I don't know. I'd have to ask him if they gave him that option. But I think that nowadays, just for the comfort and safety of everybody on set, it's more likely that there's going to be a fake wiener.
Yeah.
And it looks very, very realistic. The hair and makeup department, I assume it was both the hair and makeup department and maybe special effects makeup, did a wonderful job, but they probably had an array of dick sizes, lengths, and girths, and then he chose. And I think he went with like a big dong.
I mean, that's how it should be at birth. You get to choose.
Babies are not equipped to make that kind of decision. Though,
so, next week, I'm going to be in the glitz and clits of glamour.
I was about to,
The clits.
The
I'm going to be one of the clitorati.
Walking the carpet with the clitorati.
Yeah, I'm going to be walking the stained carpet.
There's a couple of, there's a couple of male porn actors that I'm wondering if they'll be there.
The Girth Master? Do you know about the Girth Master?
I do not. Both the men I'm thinking of are just have names, not like cool titles.
Just names like Greg.
Yeah.
Just one mononymous. Keith,
the porn actor.
Yeah.
You do a general search. Is it
Johnny
for Keith.
Sins?
No, I'm familiar with Johnny Sins.
Yeah.
He's gay porn?
No,
right?
He's straight porn.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Do you know Jean Valjean?
No.
Okay, Jean Valjean, this guy is really interesting to me. He is a French porn actor whose real name is Emmanuel Delcourt.
Okay.
And I once beat my meat to one of his videos.
Sure.
In the morning. Mm-hmm. And then went to the gym right after. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, he is there. And
wow.
It was surreal because I was
manifestation.
Just like, it's like, how often do you get to jack off and then like just the dude from the thing you jacked off to is right there?
Did you tell him, hey man, love your work?
He was on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians because
wow.
He's also a chef. And he was like a private chef on it. He was on, I feel like Iron Chef or something like that.
The man of many talents.
And I just think it's so funny that
jack-off of all trades.
His porn name is Jean Valjean.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
So he knows, I think he's appealing to the musical theater girlies, right?
I would think so. I hope he's there. Can you name drop yours?
There's a guy who's like super tatted named Owen Gray.
Oh, he's sick. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He makes very passionate pornography.
Yes, and he's sort of like he looks like somebody from a different planet.
Yeah, he's an alien.
He's a sex alien.
Yeah.
Sexy alien.
Well, I appreciate that he just has like a name, like you were saying, because...
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not his actual name. But
yeah, but still,
just
like...
a name.
Like, I think in the era of like OnlyFans and like you market yourself as like almost like a character, like male porn stars have like shifted, like I said, like the Girth Master, or another one who's like very famous is the Flesh Mechanic, and
Ooh,
they all have like Mad Max Apocalypse names.
Yeah,
like
it's a little bit silly.
Yeah, it's like the Loadmeister.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically you're becoming you're a drag queen at that point.
Yeah, the Cum General, like
that is not real.
No, these are they could be real.
Wait, the Loadmeister isn't real?
The Loadmeister's not real.
Damn it! There's another guy who's so hot. I think he's changed his name, but I think he goes by like Robbie Apples.
That's very funny, Robbie Apples.
It's so silly. I think it was Robbie Echo at one time, and then he changed it.
Okay.
He's very good. He kind of gives like Pedro Pascal, but he's younger, and I think he's actually white, so maybe that's a bad comparison.
Okay,
but
Robbie Apples.
There's like some daddy vibes.
Yeah, like Robbie Apples. I mean, that's like a hobo from the 30s. Robbie Apples.
Hey there, Robbie Apples. See? The ladies come up to my room.
Yeah, it's Robbie Apples.
Maybe it's because he's hung like a horse.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
horses like apples.
There are like some good non-porn stars who have great porn star names. Like, I think Fatty Arbuckle.
Olivia Tits.
Fatty Arbuckle would be a great porn star name.
He was he was an actor.
Yeah, Fatty Arbuckle.
Fatty Arbuckle is a pornography name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I came up with a good drag name earlier. Actually, somebody was sending me this name, and a typo turned it into a drag name.
Yeah, let's hear.
Mary Elizabeth instead.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
It was a typo, and I was like, wait, that's a really good drag name.
Mary Elizabeth instead.
Yeah, that could be my porn name too.
Yeah.
Plus, and then I just add my dead dog's name and the street I grew up on or something.
Is that how you get your porn name?
I think, remember in school, people, somebody just drove by blasting Missy Elliott. Yeah, they would say, like, the color of your pants plus your first pet's name and the street you grew up on.
Okay. What's yours?
Black, fluffy Valley Spring.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really
it's too
high.
much. Fluffy Valley Spring does sound a little bit porny.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Mine would be. Well, I don't think the pants are involved.
No, I don't think so.
I think
took
you
that
made
part out.
that up. I think
there is one where they say pants or the color of your underwear.
Pet name and then the street you grew up on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's that? That's
mine would be pet name. So Bear was my childhood dog.
Okay, so already it's a porn name.
Yeah, Bear, and I grew up on Ridge Lane. Bear Ridge.
Bear Ridge.
Yeah.
Bear Ridge is
that's a very gay porn star name.
Very gay porn star name.
Yeah, Bear Ridge. Hey
Bear
there.
Ridge is
hey
a
there,
top.
I'm Bear Ridge.
Bear Ridge is going to top some folks.
I'm doing a meet and greet at the Saddle Ranch this coming Thursday.
You know what's interesting? I was hearing people talk about if you watch those ASMR videos, you know, the like, I'm here to give you some personal attention today. I'm going to give you an eyebrow wax and you're going to leave your feelings.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a sexual thing, but it makes you feel, to me, it's not sexy. It's like, it arouses, it's a sensory thing.
Yeah, I think everything is kind of tied up into sex now, though. Like, cooking videos on TikTok are all sexualized.
Well, now I'm going to feel weird.
Well, you know, like, those
girls,
like the men
can
who
I
are,
play
like,
with your hair?
slapping meat like it's an ass.
Okay, well, that sounds very sexual. Like,
yeah.
Those don't come up in my feed as much. It's always just, like, very cute girls that are like, I want to play with your hair. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it feels sexual to me.
That's what my sister always says. She's like, I can't watch those. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think we are conflating sexual versus just feeling a good sensory feeling.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting aroused by these videos. It's different.
The more you say you're not getting aroused, the less I believe you.
Okay.
And I want to
I'm not
emphasize,
getting-
I am
wanna
not
emphasize-
getting aroused.
I am not turned on by these videos at all.
Yeah.
I have never been aroused in my adult life. I have never been aroused
I don't believe
on
you.
my phone, and I have certainly never been aroused on TikTok.
Never.
You know?
What's drinking culture like on TikTok? I just follow that one Irish chick who, like, she's like, I'm going to make a new drink. And she, like, pours, like, 15 different vodkas together and, like, has Gatorade in it.
Oh, wait, I've seen that.
Yeah.
She's
I think
just
she's
like,
cool.
Is she's the one who's like, all right, folks, it's happy hour. It's time for me
Yes.
to just get my drink on, get real crazy. That's more Scottish, I guess.
But no, she's amazing.
She just pours everything every liquor she has into a giant plastic cup.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen that.
I don't think that's making people want to drink either.
No, that looked like hell.
Yeah.
It looked disgusting. She poured a bunch of juice in there with all the liquor.
Yeah,
it was
no.
just a cup of hangover.
It might be like a psyop to get, like a sobriety psyop to get people not to drink.
Okay, you have to tell me what psyop
Like a psychological operation, like what the government does. Like how some people think PETA is a psyop to make people...
I didn't know this little... It's not
to
an
make
acronym,
people
but
hate
I guess it is.
Vegans. Like they're like PETA...
I thought you were going to say Jews.
No.
You were going to say Jews, and I know it.
I was not. I'll say that
there are
off
definitely
there.
psyops trying to get people
so like
to
when
hate,
PETA does something that's like super annoying, like
which is everything they do.
I know, and it's like that's some people think that's like PETA is like a conservative psyop to get people to like mad at liberal vegan shit. Like, look how fucking annoying these like radical vegans are. But maybe they're just annoying.
I mean, maybe. I was just talking to somebody who's sober and vegan.
Damn.
And I think that's... Whew,
that
I know.
sucks.
It's something it sucks, but it's also something I aspire to.
Do you want to be vegan?
At the end of the day, I do think... I have a lot of, like, joint issues, and I know that eating meat and eating dairy is not great for, like, if you have any kind of inflammation or, like, joint pain. And I used to work at the ASPCA. I'm really into, animals, and the older I get, the more shitty I feel about eating animals. And so sometimes I wonder, I was a vegetarian for like all of high school and all of college.
Damn.
I know, but I was like seriously deprived of protein and nutrients just because I wasn't, taking care to eat things that would replace that protein. And then when I incorporated meat into my diet again, I felt so much better. And I was like, oh shit, I guess this is part of my life. But I don't know. I think about it sometimes, cutting out any animal products. It would be hard though, because being sober does feel like
what
you
else?
are...
Yeah, it's like, what else? What do you have then? You need some
If
vice.
I can't eat a hamburger...
Like, is a hamburger a vice? I don't know, but like, you need something.
You gotta have...
You can't be just like completely monastic. Like...
Well, this guy does it, and he feels great.
Yeah,
and he's somebody
he's probably gooning all the time, though.
He is gooning.
Yeah.
He's someone who was never a drinker.
Okay.
Was straight edge growing up.
Okay.
Which I find interesting, because I think I've said on here before, I don't trust people who say that they
just never did it.
Just never did it.
Yeah.
But he did try it a couple times as a kid, wasn't into it, and then was so involved in skateboarding as a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And his like skateboard crew were very punk rock, and we're also like, we don't do drugs and we don't drink, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Part of me is like, was there a Christian thing going on there? I don't trust it.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
But I admire it, because to be around it all the time, and
I only fuck with people who have like hit the depths of rock bottom.
Oh my gosh, we didn't do our show intro.
Yeah. Well,
people know what they're listening to.
Here it is.
Here it is.
You just listened to Rock Bottoms, a podcast
of substance.
Say
that was terrible. We kind of got there.
1, 2, 3. You just listened
to Rock Bottom.
Bottom.
Why is this the worst thing that's ever happened?
Try it.
Are we trying to say it at the same time? Let's do every other word.
Okay. You
just
listened
to
Rock
Bottoms,
a
podcast
of
substance.
You got the better words. Come on.
Did I? You know what I was thinking the whole time we were saying that?
Mo here.
Okay, well that was not on purpose. But also, you know what? Someone pointed out to me, and I was like, well, we were aware of this, but he was like, Rock Bottoms is a good name, but it sounds like a show where two gay guys talk about being sober.
That's basically what this is.
I was like, yeah, we're aware. We're aware. But I don't want to let anyone down. I don't want someone to click on the podcast Rock Bottoms and go, oh, it's a podcast about sobriety where two gay guys talk about being sober.
Listen,
and then it's these fucking losers.
Listen, enough gay guys are jacking off to me right now that I can use that.
And that's probably true. Also, sometimes you're so straight. I feel like I'm that Kathy Griffin meme of her backstage going, I need to talk to a gay person right now. I need to talk to a gay person right now. And we gotta get a gay on this show.
Listen, my lifestyle's pretty gay. It's just going to the gym and the sauna.
That's true. My lifestyle's pretty gay in that I like men and women.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't spend any time in saunas or gyms, really. I go to a Pilates studio. I maybe need to be... Women aren't really hooking up at the gym, and I think that we're missing out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's different.
I know.
You're not... It's harder, I think, to get fingered in the sauna than it is to jack someone off or blow them.
Your junk is hanging out, and it's just sort of right there for the taking. Well, I wish you the best at the Pornhub Awards.
I'll give some live coverage. I'll post on the stories.
When you open a Pornhub video, is there like a little like not a vocal stim, but like a sound that plays? Doesn't one of them have like a
like a Netflix done?
Yeah, like that.
I don't know. I watch it in silent. I'm so ashamed.
You watch
I'm
in
watching
silence?
I'm watching it in public restrooms, so I don't want people to hear.
Copy that.
Yeah.
I saw a play recently, and someone opened their phone, and one of those little sounds came up, and I was like, "Is that a porn website?"
Maybe it was
sound?
Grindr. The Grindr.
No,
ding.
it wasn't the Grindr sound. I know the Grindr sound. It wasn't that.
Let me.
But well, you could open one and find out.
Yeah, here.
This is really searchable.
Let me bring it up.
Based on the context of the play, he was looking at porn, but I was like,
Pornhub.com.
What is that called? That sound cue? A stinger.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna click on the first video.
Uh-oh. The first video? What does that even mean?
Whatever.
There's so many videos.
The thing that came up. Oh my god.
I feel like when you open a porn site, you're assaulted with multiple videos.
Yeah, but it was the first one that popped up.
Is the first thing that comes up MILF? Because isn't that supposed to be the most popular category?
No, it's stepmom.
Oh, okay.
Trickmate is a place where you can explore all of your craziest fantasies with live
Stepmom
models.
feels like a branch of the MILF category.
Is there a stinger? Okay, so that was the stinger for Family XXX. So there are different ones.
There are different ones. That was not the one that I heard. But the one I heard was... It sounded like it should have had a at the end of it.
Oh, I actually know what that one is.
Netflix.
I know what that is.
It didn't have that. I'm saying it sounded like it should.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. But there is one with that. It goes, Naughty America.
Oh, good God. All I can think of is the woman in the booth at the recording studio, like all the different ways she did.
Naughty America.
Naughty America.
Naughty America.
Hey, what happened to the soundboard?
Let's see. Next time. I mean, here, I'll give us some outro music.
Fabulous.
So we're still not sure about licensing yet on any of this music.
Yeah, don't play something that's like.
So
can you just play like canned or.
Well, so I'm going public domain on them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, you just listened to an episode of Rock Bottoms, a podcast of substance. I'm Dave. I'm an alcoholic and an addict.
I'm Amanda. I'm an alcoholic and an addict. Thanks for listening.
And here's your outro.